Any ocean to find it. Won't let no mountain get in the way. Hey. Come cross the water, been through the fire. I know that my heart will show me the way. Everywhere you turn, you see people smiling. We don't see no creed and race. And this is
and good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. I am a bit late today.
Take me to a
yeah, I did say I would start at 8:30, but since I got everything organized and I decided to just go with it one time, yeah?
Everybody shouting out.
No need to wait until 8:30 when we get everything in order and we can go, we go, yeah? For those of you unfamiliar, my name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
Take me home.
And because I've started late, I will have to go a little after that possibly.
Wake me up before I fall asleep. Take me to a place where lovers meet. Marry me to the heart of water spray. So if I ever leave, I'm bound to come again.
So for all of you joining us right now on the YouTube, I want to say a special good night to each and every one of you. I hope that you all are having a fabulous night tonight. I don't know why this thing keeps showing up the wrong way on my thing, you know. What do this thing? You're out of order. Yeah, and also those of you joining us via the Facebook, we do hope that you all are having a wonderful night as well.
Take me to a place where my heart don't feel no pain. Take me home, take me home, take me home. Well, everybody's shouting out, right there. It have a rhythm deep down inside me. And if you're looking for me, you're gonna find me, right there.
all of you have had a fabulous day today.
Take me home.
Yeah, let me say a special good night to Angel at Angel's Beauty Salon. Yeah, she link up all the watch. Angel link up all the boy nice. She link up all the boy all night. All you understand? And don't think it's only locks and things she does do, you know. Yeah, you name it, she does it. Eh, man, professional work. Indeed, I know if all you're feeling something to buy feeling something, eh?
I hear the feeling and you fly over down by Uriah Butler, and I'm feeling something. Oh yeah, election.
Meryl George, good night to you. Nesta Sinclair, Dillian Pierre. Let me see Teresa Collymore, Ansel Andy, John Mark, Shamin Ragbasing. Good night to all of you joining us over there on the Facebook. I know I do have a message out there saying that are starting at 8:30, but as I said, we get we get everything in order, so we start one time. We sticking. We start one time, yeah.
People wouldn't be sorry if we win the election.
Good night to you, Vanessa Lalji, Jenny Samuel, Anastasia Buckmeyer, and Marie Grant, Jackie Raymond, Theresa Joseph, Adrian Watts. Good night to you, and good night, of course, to the lovely, the beautiful, the wonderful Mrs. Watts. We do hope that you are having a fabulous, wonderful, enjoyable night tonight, yeah? All right. Vanessa Lalji, good night to you. And let's see who else is there. Yeah, I saw Jackie Raymond a while ago. Hey, think you could move, you can't move, man. You have to stay there. So nice. And Angel Map, yeah, Angel, yeah, thanks. Nice. Let me see. Alcy Peters, good night to you. Good life. I see Ian Andrews, Dennis Celestine, good night to you. Anne-Marie Grant, Bernadette Joseph, Gillian Williams. I see Dominic Antoine, Jocelyn Matheson. Good night to each and every one of you out there in Carriacou. Good night to you, Mr. and Mrs. Matheson.
Election coming. I'm hearing a lot of things, but I ain't seen lots of things. And when the campaign get hot, there's a whole lot of ifs and buts. If we win the election, people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of suffocation is the same khaki pants.
Yeah, let me say a special good night to Isidore. Good night to you, Izzy. Nurse Wendy and Maguire, good night to you.
A fella told me a little secret. Very soon they would pave the streets. I'm feeling something.
Listen, I had to go around today. My goodness. You know, sometimes when you behind the wheel, you just realize just how bad the road is, yeah. Like that particular pothole that has been hanging around the roundabout by Wall Street. That particular, well, that's not a pothole, it's more like a barrel hole that's been hanging around there since November. And it seems as though, even though the PM and them passing there every day, they ain't seen that particular one, ain't it?
For money, but when they
when I tell you that pothole deep, yeah? Get away from it twice today, yeah?
That frustration is
right on the roundabout, facing the Heroes Park direction there, yeah? And facing Heroes Park, the bus stop there, yeah? One massive hole. And it's there since November because I saw people commenting on it while I wasn't on the island. I saw people commenting on it in November. When I got back in December, I saw it there and it is still there.
like to promise
I ain't talking about no small, there's a crater. That's like if a meteorite hit there.
something. Election coming. Hope they change for the new millennium and keep their promises with the poor man. I'm feeling something. Election coming. They would promise anything for a vote. They would even promise you a ram goat. But if they lose, look at Bacchanal. Don't try to collect that ram goat at all. If we win the election, we are going to look after vagrant. If we win the election, we are going to give them assistance. But when they win the election, the vagrants don't stand a chance. 5 years after that instance is the same khaki pants.
Yeah, when you all confirm on Newsday for me, I will run with it. I ain't saying nothing until I get confirmed from our official source. Yeah, or fishermen, they seem, yes. I speak to some fishermen, they dangerous.
You got to support your party. You got to vote for
Let me say good night to my Petit Martinican listeners.
something.
Yeah, they're resting off now after all the action of the Carriacou Carnival. They was over in Carriacou for the carnival, so they taking a little rest right now.
Election coming.
But in their views becoming, I mean, I try to put myself in the position of one of the Petit Martinican fishermen, and I really feel it for them, huh?
Whosoever win the election, you know.
And I state Petit Martinican, not that those in Calice and the south of the island are not going through it, not that those in Soubise, Marquis and St. David and so on are not going through it, not that those in St. Mark and St. John and so are not going through it as well. But I specified Petit Martinique and Carriacou because of what they went through just 2 years or so ago with Hurricane Beryl. Remember, it's been a situation that these people had their homes destroyed by Hurricane Beryl. Then they also had their main means of income. In a lot of cases, they had their boats damaged, seriously damaged. I don't know how many totally lost their boats, but I know many had their boats damaged. And they had to dip into their savings, take their savings and fix back the boat, because it made more sense to fix back the boat where they can go out and make the money to fix the house than to fix the house and then they can't go out and make any money. Yeah? So they fixed the boat so that they can go out. So their savings were drained. Then you end up in a situation now that you have two reasons that you can't go out to the water. One, because the US has banned the fish sale, and I saw the Minister of Fish, the Chief of Fish, he made a statement earlier this week that basically said nothing. That basically said what we know already, that there's a fish ban in place. He did mention that they may be looking at some sort of, I'm going to use the word compensation. That those were not his exact words, but when you read between the lines, that is what they're saying for the fishermen who are presently at a loss. I don't know that the fishermen know much about that, because they haven't been speaking about that. They haven't been saying that, hey, government promised us that they're going to provide A or B to us, or they're going to give us X amount of money over what period of time to assist us, because they're in a bad way. No, they're not desperate, but they're in a bad way. And then on top of all of that, even if they decided to go out there, they're under the threat of having a drone destroy them and their boat. We've heard, and it's been officially noted now, that there have been drone strikes at the Lower Grenadines, in other words, between mainland St. Vincent and Grenada there. So in the Grenadine Islands up there, there has been a drone strike there. So the US military has blown up a boat in that area that they claim was involved in drug smuggling. And then there is another boat that was destroyed between St. Vincent and St. Lucia. So now these individuals have to be exceptionally careful going out there, because we don't know what criteria is being used by the US military. They do their thing. They're not saying to us down here. At least we don't know that they've been saying, because we don't know if they're saying to the present government of Grenada and they're not just telling us. Because we know when it came to the radar, they were told in August about that, and they only told the Grenadian people down in October, when that information became widely known through a Kittitian newspaper, online publication. That is when that information became widely known. So we don't know if they're withholding information, because we know they have said that information is on a need to know basis. So we do not know if they believe that we do not need to know. But I think our fishermen need to know at least what criteria is being used. Our government at least needs to ask that question. We cannot wait. And that's the thing. You have a Minister of National Security who says you can't ask him those questions. He's not the one to ask those questions. But as Minister of National Security, and even more as Prime Minister of Grenada, he has a responsibility for the protection of each and every Grenadian citizen, resident, or visitor to Grenada. He has that responsibility. He can shirk that responsibility. He can ignore that responsibility. But that is his responsibility, legally and morally so. He has that responsibility. And as such, even if it is by way of some sort of note to the US asking what are the criteria being used, so at least you can warn your bona fide fishermen not to go in these particular areas, because we don't know the areas that the US drones are saying are normal transshipment points. Next thing you go looking for kingfish or some kind of thing out there, you go on fishing and you go in a particular area and it turned out to be one of the areas that the US is closely monitoring, and your vessel ends up being a casualty. We don't want to wait and then hear that some Grenadian left home to go out there to make a dollar and ends up in that situation. There is genuine concern amongst fishermen, not only here in Grenada, but in St. Lucia, in St. Vincent. There is genuine concern that going out to sea, you may not return. Has our government taken any proactive action in reaching out diplomatically to the US so at least they can reassure our fishermen of what to do and what not to do? Reassure our fishermen, not anybody that might be involved in the wrong thing, you take what you get. But when it comes to our fishermen that are going out there, it's already a dangerous thing to go out in the sea. Now it's an additionally dangerous thing, because outside of the water itself, you have to worry about a drone might be watching you. Imagine that. How, put yourself in the position of a fisherman right now in Carriacou. Place yourself in the position of a fisherman from Petit Martinique. That this is what they've been doing their whole life, and now they find themselves in this situation. And then to top it all off, government tells you, go and move your boat from the Carriacou. I think the boats need to be moved. I know, and I believe that the boats have to be moved. Especially the bigger ones. Yeah, they have to find a proper place and put them. That rusting out there and thing. Find a better place and put them. But you can't just say move the boat and you ain't tell the people where to move the boat to. You can't just tell them, well, take the boat and do what? Just moor it outside Pandy Beach. Take it and bring it outside Grandans Beach. Do you want them to take it and park it up in front Silver Sands? What do you want them to do with the boat? So at least, if you're saying to do something, say how you would like to see it done in consultation with the people that you want to move. But you make it difficult when you just tell the people, move. All you have up until this day to move, move. These people are really hurting right now. And I think we all need to keep them in prayers too, because they are really, really, really hurting right now. Because even if it reopened now and you could sell tuna, you're still not afraid to go there. Because you ain't know if that thing you see pass over, the light you see pass over is a drone. You don't know if it might be the last time that you see a family when you're leaving them in Petit Martinique or Carriacou, or even St. John or St. Mark or down in Caliste or wherever that you're leaving to go. You're not aware of if it might be the last time that you're going to see your family. And folks, I'm still getting messages. Maintenance workers, no pay. Yeah, so no pay for the people working in the maintenance program. No pay. Yeah. So folks, it is indeed a serious situation when it comes to our fishermen. They are going through a really, really hard time. I would think, and I would believe that at this time, what a caring government would have already done. So I would tell you all, because I always like to refer to the man himself, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and his cabinet, yeah, people like Honorable Emlyn Pierre, Honorable Kate Skeeter, Louis Peters, Honorable Clarice Modest, yeah, Honorable Gregory Boyne, Honorable Oliver Joseph, you know, all of these people, they would have sat and they would have already come up with an economic plan to assist the fishermen. They'd have already said to them, hey, over the next 3 months, this is what you're going to receive per month to keep you afloat while we sort this issue out. Because you have the non-argument being put forward by the NDC that, oh, this thing was day long. Listen, if something day long and it's not enforced, it means that the people who it was to be enforced upon had the capability and the competency to keep the powers that be from enforcing it. So they were able to negotiate. So the fishermen was selling fish. They didn't have to worry under the new National Party. But because of the level of incompetence you have from the leadership of this country, and in specific the leadership at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at this time, not the workers, not the staff, but the leadership there or lack thereof, that is how we find ourselves in these positions. Because of the lack of leadership, and I shudder to even mention the word leadership in the same terminology with these individuals, but the lack of leadership in the Ministry of Fisheries, when they were busy minding everything else, they were not taking care of the main issue. Just now you're going to hear about the sargassum again. Because you know what time of year it is, eh? So you know just now, we're going to start hearing about sargassum again. And when we hear about the sargassum again, and it starts to come in again, then the whole argument that we had in 2025 and 2024 and 2023 is going to arise again. The same argument from 2022 is going to arise again. And the same people that told you that they knew of a company in Martinique that you could get the boat from to come and pick up, it's going on 4 years, and it seems as though they've lost the contact number for those individuals in Martinique with the boat. Yes, you, David Andrew. It seems as though they've lost the contact number, but we know, and that is another challenge to the fishermen again. They're really going through it. So we here at Talking Point will continue to call on the Deacon Mitchell administration to do something tangible. No press release, no nothing press release that ChatGPT write for all you. Stop that. Do something tangible for the fisher folk. They're really going through it right now. You have guys with their boat park up there and they don't know where the next dollar is coming from. And they can't take the chance to say that they're going out. Yeah, they can't say they're taking the chance to go out. Because you're talking, the figure I heard one of them mention is 16,000 just to go. That's fuel and stores and supplies and so on, ice, all of that. Just to go on out on one trip, 16,000. They can't go and spend that kind of money to go out there right now, not knowing what is going to happen, not knowing if they'll be able to get sale for the fish. Yes, the local market, during COVID, they tried the local market. The local market could not absorb the amount of fish that was being produced by these boats going out there. It could not absorb it. Yes, we know it's the Lenten season. Yes, we know a lot of people eat fish now. It still cannot absorb all the fish that has to come in if all these boats going out. Yes, you're looking at alternative markets. Alternative markets don't just mean, okay, we get the permission, now we can sell fish to China. But then you have to speak about transportation. You have to speak about the grade of fish. You have to speak about all of that. Well, look, somebody's telling me the seaweed came in heavy last night. Which area is that now? This thing now opening up, so I just seen the messages they were. Yeah, they're telling me that the seaweed came in very heavy last night. And let me see where. Okay, yeah, that ain't showing up there. I had to check the phone for that one. Nice, yeah. So it's saying that the seaweed came in heavy. Let me see the areas, because it's this time of year that you start having the problem. Yeah? February going into March, April, and so on. If I know that, they should know that, and they should have put things in place to start dealing with that already. Yeah? Marquis and Sobeys. Okay. So they should have known that and already started putting measures in place to deal with that. There are models right now, and look, somebody else messaged me to tell me the same thing. Sobeys start having seaweed, you see? And I didn't even know that. It's as I said it, they sent the message to me. But you know, the water is heating up now. It causes the seaweed to bloom more. So at this time of year is when you start having the drift coming in. So we're going to wait now until the people in Marquis and Sobeys start to complain again. And the people all in the canal, the whole Grenville area, general area start to complain. And people at other parts of the island start to complain of the seaweed before we start to do something in relation to it again. Yeah? Because I'm pretty sure there's no action plan in place regarding this. Because again, we have a group of individuals that are only interested in optics, how something looks and not what something really is. So as long as they put on the makeup and they dress nice, and they able to talk to everything nice in the country, everything going well, then for them and to them, everything is okay. They're good to go. Yeah? But to the rest of us who are living the reality, we understand what is really taking place here. So the people who have to go through what we know is going to take place with the seaweed there. And since that set coming, it should be moved by tomorrow, by the weekend it should be moved. Because you know it's more coming to meet it. And then that set gonna jam, and when that set rotten and start to smell, and the new set coming behind, you know what's going to happen. They spoke of taking it and using it to make different things and so on. Have they done that in any significant level? There was a lie where they said they were taking it in St. John, they were bringing in the seaweed, so and they were dealing in it. Problems again. Nothing like that was taking place. Instead of going and deal with the seaweed, as they trained people with the boat to do the boat, and them was fishing somewhere to the south of the island, was out there catching fish, instead of going and deal with the seaweed issue. Yeah? We hear they had the nets. Let me see if they make use of the nets. There is online a tracker that you can use to tell you where these things are. So it's not rocket science. It's not something that they ought not to know and will not know. They should know, and they should deal with it. And that is affecting the fishermen, not the ones that go out for the tuna alone, but the others. Those with the smaller boats that go out there just to catch the normal fish that we use on a day-to-day basis. We cannot continue this way. We cannot, as a country, we cannot continue with people who are experimenting. We cannot continue with people who are trying, well, in some instances, they're trying to learn on the job, and in some instances, they just don't care. They ain't even trying to learn. If anything go wrong, just blame the staff, blame NNP. So maintenance workers ain't pay, blame the staff, blame NNP. The road patch crew, they blame the staff, blame NNP. The police, the corporals, they can't get the money. Let me repeat, the corporals can't get the money. Blame the staff, blame NNP. That's the modus operandi. That is how they operate. So right now, the fishermen going through it. They're going through it. It's bad. The road users going through it. We are seeing the situation. What do? Imagine you have the Prime Minister, who is basically we could say the Minister of Works, Public Utilities. And he's saying that he took a hands-off approach regarding the road project, the water project in the south of the island. How you could be the minister in charge and taking a hands-off approach? That is one of the most crazy statements I've heard in the 4 years of the NDC administration. That the Minister of Works and Public Utilities is telling you that he is taking a hands-off approach in relation to a project that is directly under his ministry. As much as he tries, all this shadow boxing to give you the impression that NOWASA is something separate to government. NOWASA is a statutory body. The board of directors who give direction, directors, they give direction. The board, the group of individuals who give direction to NOWASA are put in place by the government of Grenada. And in particular, by the Minister of Public Utilities, who is none other than Deacon Mitchell. So to give the impression that NOWASA is a law unto itself and they go in and they do the thing and they hire contractor and the contractor don't work in and you had taken a hands-off approach, nonsense. You didn't have a choice but to take a hands-off approach because you were never in Grenada. Your hands were never here. For over 1/3 of the time you have held the office of Prime Minister, your hands have not been here. And as such, you had to take the hands-off approach. Your hands were in Saudi Arabia. Your hands were in Qatar. Your hands were headed to Rwanda and end up in Nigeria. Your hands were in Ghana. Your hands back and forth in the US and Canada and all these places. Your hands were all over the Caribbean, and up to today, we ask, what has been the benefit of those trips, particularly the Dubai trips? Because those are the most expensive ones. And you're carrying cameraman, you're carrying executive secretary, whole kit and caboodle, you're carrying advisor, who just happen to be partner, you're carrying all kind of thing with you. And when you come back, there is nothing of worth or benefit to the Grenadian people. Maybe to your business, to your law firm, to your CBI agency, there may be benefits to them, but to the average Grenadian out there, there's no benefit. So while your companies may be making 70,000 US here, 100,000, 200,000 US here and there, Mr. Prime Minister, while your law firm and your CBI agency may be making those kind of money, the people of Grenada are not making anything at all. You're making money, are they? When you go to these CBI forums, are you representing as a CBI agent yourself, or as the Prime Minister who is sending people to CBI agents in Grenada, which just happen to be your CBI agent and the Minister of Finance on? What is taking place when you go out to these things? And now when we have meetings that our ministers really supposed to attend, one can't attend because they slap a visa restriction on him. So Mr. Dennis Cornwall, our Minister of Finance, can't attend certain finance meetings. So to try and cover it up, if you run in Panama now, press release. You run in Chile, press release. You run in Azerbaijan, press release. You run to the bathroom, press release. Lap and cut left and right. Every way he go right now. Yeah? Even if he go to sleep, press release. Because right now they realize that some of us notice that the real meeting that he should be attending, the IMF meeting, the spring meeting that's coming up in April, our Minister of Finance cannot go. Well, as if he's still Minister of Finance by then, because we ain't next thing then. Might have a little shuffle before the election. We hear things, so we don't know. Yeah? So we are waiting to hear. We are waiting to hear. What are the benefits to the people of Grenada from these travels? What does Grenada benefit? We're not talking about the individuals there. What does Grenada benefit from these travels? So when I heard that statement from the Prime Minister in a recent interview, when he said he's taking a hands-off approach to the project, I said, how the hell you could take a hands-off approach? You're the minister. You can't have no hands off there. Your hands have to be all up in that. Your hands have to be all over that project. You have to find out what is going on. You know, and it's amazing that these people make statements, and to me, they don't even realize the depth of the statements that they are making, and the depth of the stupidity, and the depth of the nonsense when they make some of these statements. I was listening to the Attorney General today on a particular forum, and she was speaking about the issue of Cade Richards, whom was released early from prison and committed one of the most brutal murders, and one of the murders that has had Grenada on edge over the last couple of weeks. And she's saying that she has to find out how he come out. You telling me, going on 3 weeks now, you, Claudette Joseph, is the Attorney General, going on 3 weeks now, and you still don't know, after all that has happened and all that has been said, after candlelight vigil and fake cry by your compatriots, after the fake show of concern by some of you, you still ain't know how the man end up out of prison. You the Attorney General. So you telling me, in that 3 weeks, you know how much other men in similar situations could have probably come out from prison already? You know how many other men, dangerous individuals, may have already left the prison system without impact statements, victim impact statements being made by the people who are directly affected and who have been directly affected by the crimes of these individuals, who may have already been given early release while you still sit down there. You really had to find out. This is the group of people running this country, you know, folks. I'm not speaking about a group of people that want to run the country. I'm not speaking about a group of people who in the party, but they ain't have no position of power. I'm speaking about the people here that are in charge of ministries that telling you, I don't know, and I had to find out, and maybe, and these kind of answers. And hands-off approach. So when I hear the Prime Minister say he's taking a hands-off approach to the project, that he was taking a hands-off approach, but he's upset with the contractor who's been left to do the, just say you want to give Reno all the work because it is rumored that Reno going to finance your campaign. Just say that. That is what tongues say, that is what school children say. They say that Reno out of St. Lucia is going to finance your campaign. They even give a figure which I refuse to give here. But they say Reno, the reason Reno was given permission against the wishes of the residents of Woodford, against what some of the environmentalists are saying, that Reno was given permission to chop down part of a rainforest in the Grenada Dove Reserve and put up an asphalt plant there. So they put up an asphalt plant. From what I am hearing, I ain't see it myself, but I hearing things that the asphalt plant has now been put up in the Dove Sanctuary and affecting the residents of Woodford. You build your house, you have your house there, and all of a sudden now, from now on, you are going to get the smell of asphalt. We don't care if you're living there 20 years. They don't care, excuse me folks, they don't care if you're living there 20 years. They don't care if you're living there 30 years. All of a sudden now, they have all the permission. Just set up the asphalt plant. And then the government gives the permission when? When Christmas going on. They didn't give it before, you know. After they say no permission was sought and so on. Thing was building and they say no permission was sought. All of a sudden now, it's gazetted. The 24th day of December, gazetted. So that now you have the situation that the asphalt plant is being built. They have said as well that there's some other plant that they're going to be putting down in Beaujeu. So that is Cammy and them go be getting whatever coming from that one and the school and so on. That they're going to be doing that as well. And they're making this investment here without the intention of making back the money. Reno and them is business people. So when you hear the Prime Minister decrying every other contractor, when you hear him running down every other contractor, understand what is going on. understand how these people think, or you may want to say don't think, but understand how these people operate. Understand their mentality. It gives you a clear indication of who they really are. They're telling you who they are. Listen, because they're telling you who they are. Yeah? These people are telling you exactly how they think of you. They are showing you exactly how they think about you. Yeah? Because let's not forget the statement. And they can't say you don't make the statement. No, they're playing it. They can't say you didn't make the statement.
And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I will think about your son and daughter, so I will hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic.
How many of you tonight, the Prime Minister knows your family? How many of you tonight, even if he knows your family, they have a good relationship with him? Then my friends, just remember, you're just another number. You're just another statistic in his mind. Because he doesn't know you. And really, it seems as though he doesn't even care to know you.
But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic.
That is how the Prime Minister of Grenada thinks of you. That is how he thinks of you. If he don't know you, he don't know your family, you don't have nothing to get. Yeah? Remember this
People,
statement.
putting people, good. So you have to line with each other. Take a drink with each other. Find out where you're living. Find out where she's living. Socialize. Call. Inquire how your daughter or your child doing. We need to know one another. They have senior members and junior members and those who just joined. We need to know that all of us belongs to the National Democratic Congress. So we can't just argue and fight for what I will get, when you don't know your people. So sometimes the reason the other side getting is because we're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we people. So sometimes the reason the other side getting is because we're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know. So sometimes the reason the other side getting is because we're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know one another enough. So sometimes the reason the other side getting is because we're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know one another enough. So if we are telling the MP or the caretaker, these are our people, and let's go see them or bring the people, then we will know each other better. And I want us to understand that.
So in other words, just make sure the person is an NDC and then bring them by the MP and the caretaker, so that government resources can be used to assist these people, not NDC resources. Remember, what the individual on that stage is speaking about there is not money out of his pocket, you know. It's not money out of any of the MP's pocket. It's your money, it's my money, it's our money. But he is using a qualifying criteria of you having to be an NDC in order to benefit. That's what the Prime Minister of this, listen. Sir Eric Matthew Gary may have had his way. I don't see Sir Eric having stand on a stage and say something like that. I wouldn't see that. And I shudder to think of any political leader in the history of Grenada who may have been as daft to make a statement like that. It's really heartbreaking. Yeah, heartbreaking. Something definitely had to be wrong with these individuals. These are the people running your country right now, you know. It's time for them to go. See my finger, G. Finger ready. You ready? You ready?
We're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know one another enough. So if we are telling the MP or the caretaker, these are our people, and let's go see them or bring the people, then we will know each other better.
And then they would know to only give their people. The NNP ain't go get nothing again. So the only reason the NNP get in is because they didn't know you was a NNP. So if you are a supporter of the new national party, listen to the Prime Minister very well. If you have been in the past a supporter of the new national party, in fact, you may not have openly said so, but you are NNPite that voted for the NDC the last time around. There are many of you out there. You may have voted for the NDC the last time around. And you may have received some benefit since the 23rd of June 2022 from the government of Grenada. Deacon and Miss Mitchell is saying the only reason you got because they didn't know you was a NNP. They thought you was one of them. That is the only reason you got. Once again,
We need to get, because we don't know one another enough. So if we are telling the MP or the caretaker, these are our people, and let's go see them or bring the people, then we will know each other better. And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I will think about your son and daughter, so I will hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. So
you're just another number. You're just another statistic. Yes, so says Deacon Amos Mitchell, the Prime Minister of your country. Yeah? No wonder we had individuals that, I wonder if I could find that, man. I had to wonder if I could find that one because I don't have it. Yeah? Because I heard an individual make a statement last night. I hear them talk about, they talk about the kind of people that should really be leading Grenada. Yeah? And let me see, I should be able to find it. Yeah, I should be able to find it here. Right, yeah, I think I found it. But yeah, let me just take a short break while I get to, yeah, let me just get to that. Nice. You know, there's an interesting statement that was made last night. I wanna see if I hear the statement correctly. So let's see, together with me, let's see if we hear the statement correct from none other than Mr. Ken Joseph. And we know Ken Joseph has been one of the foundation people of the National Democratic Congress. And I want to hear how he thinks in relation. Let me hear what he had to say. Let me hear what Ken had to say, man. Papa Joe.
You know, self-importance. Yeah. All I'm interested is to be servant or political power. I am not. I never used it. By strength of personality, my leadership and managerial skills to lead in business is what I use. There are very few business people in politics, and I think there should be more. Lawyers, unfortunately, from my experience, are sometimes not the best people to lead a political organization.
Oh yeah, Mr. Joseph, what you say? Lawyers from your, because Uncle Tilly, that was a failure. Now you have Mr. Deacon Mitchell, that is another failure. Mr. Ken Joseph, you sure on that? Lawyers are not the best people to run a political organization? Let me hear him again.
I never used it. By strength of personality, my leadership and managerial skills to lead in business is what I use. There are very few business people in politics, and I think there should be more. Lawyers, unfortunately, from my experience, are sometimes not the best people to lead a political organization. We have had so many lawyers in NDC. I can name about 6 or 7. The current Prime Minister's attorney.
Right, so yeah, I mean, Papa Joe say he don't believe. I mean, Papa Joe, you saying that? Don't tell 2 political parties in Grenada that, because 2 of them are lawyers at the head. So, but in his view, to his friends and people out there, in his view, lawyers are not the best people to run a political organization. No, yeah, not me said. He said that lawyers are not. He said last night. Yeah, he said it last night on MTV Community Forum. That's the name of the show. Yes, the Community Forum with Mr. Diali and Mr. What's his name? Why is his name just slipping from me right now? Yeah, but he said on the program last night, lawyers, in his view, are not the best people to run them kind of organization. They not me said.
My leadership and managerial skills to lead in business is what I use. There are very few business people in politics, and I think there should be more. Lawyers, unfortunately, from my experience, are sometimes not the best people to lead a political organization. We have had so many lawyers in NDC. I can name about 6 or 7.
So, in his experience, because he know what the NDC went through with Mr. Tillman Thomas as their leader, and and he knows what the NDC is going through now with Deacon Mitchell as the chief, the head person there. You can't fault the man on that, you know. You can't fault the man on that. That is his belief. Folks, we open the phone lines. The phone lines are open. You can call. Yeah, the phone lines are open. You can call 1473-4407-377. You can call at any point in time. You can call now. We're just making sure we clear it there and we leave it open there. Nice, and we can leave this on. So nice, right? So you can call. Yeah, no me say. He say lawyers are not the best people. So is he really saying that the NDC probably needs to change leadership? Is that what he's getting at technically there? Is he really going down that direction to say that probably what is taking place now, he's not impressed with what is coming out of the NDC? Because I think what is happening there is that when you look at the foundation core values of the National Democratic Congress that himself and others formulated and that he heralded for many, many years, and you look at what the NDC that they had was and what it has morphed into, you realize that the core values ain't so core again, and it doesn't seem to have any values anyway, that there is just a mix match and a slapdash approach to what the NDC is supposed to stand for, not in the view of the people who formed the NDC. And I'm speaking here to many of you who were NDC supporters or are still NDC supporters, to understand that your party as it existed and the core foundation values, whatever they were, that attracted you to the NDC then no longer exist. This is the same party that had the worst to say about CBI programs until they elected a CBI agent to be their leader. They had the worst to say about CBI. I ain't had to repeat all of what they were saying, but you all know they were saying a lot of stuff in relation to CBI. And now, all of a sudden, CBI good. Yeah, CBI nice. And let me just make a programming note here just to let you all know that tomorrow night we will be rebroadcasting last night's event, because I know many of you didn't get to view the event last night. So what we shall be doing is that we shall be repeating that program tomorrow night, so you can tune in from 8 p.m. tomorrow night, and we will be rebroadcasting last night's event from Hermitage. We will be rebroadcasting that in its entirety tomorrow night for you. All right, so those of you that missed it, you know you're going to get it during Talking Points time tomorrow night. All right, just letting you all know early. Good, so you wouldn't see my face. You will see that. Nice, good. Yes, indeed, folks. So 1473-440-7377. So I understand why Mr. Joseph feels the way that he feels. I heard some other statements that he made in that interview that pointed to that what was the NDC? What did a person who ascribed themselves, who said that, hey, I'm an NDC supporter, the belief system of that individual, the foundation, the things that that person believed in, you hear it when they start attacking people like Anne-Marie Eban. And I hear her complaining on the radio anymore. No, don't call Anne-Marie, because we're not taking a call here anyhow. But I hear her on another program in the morning complaining of the new breed NDC attacking her because she is standing for what she believes are the core values of the NDC. You ain't hearing NNP people saying that. You're hearing the NDC people. The people like the Ken Josephs, the people like the Anne-Marie Eban, who are foundation members of the NDC, are the ones that are coming out and saying, hey, what exists there is not the real NDC. We have heard of many instances of alleged corruption in this NDC administration. Name one that was dealt with by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and the NDC. You hear about Andy do this, Andy do that. No investigation, no clearing name, nothing like that. You hear Ron do this, Ron do that. No investigation, no clearing name, nothing. You're hearing all sorts of things about various members of the NDC. You're hearing outside of the individuals, collective things that have taken place. We still up to today, the 19th day of February, 2026, do not know how much the Deacon Mitchell administration has paid out in relation to the Kimpton Kawana issue. We do not know. We have no idea, because remember, they had to pay the 240 it was shareholders. They had to pay them. It was a couple tens of millions US, and we have heard nothing. We ain't here if they pay 3. We ain't here if they pay 4. We ain't here if they pay 5, 10, 50, 20. We ain't here if they pay 200 or if they paid none at all. We have heard nothing. We saw it being published, one of the lawyers asking people who have interest to contact them. We saw all sorts of things going on. We heard from the government itself and through the what they call it now, the IMA. Yeah, but the CBI people, this IMA thing, we know what we're talking about. CBI people. That yes, these investors will be repaid and so. And to today, we have no report. No report. Let me repeat, no report of how much money has been paid to these people. No report. Because remember, information is on a need to know basis. Yeah? Information is on a need to know basis. So we have no information regarding what was taking place there. No information. Yeah? Because everything is on a need to no basis. 1473-440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside. You see, folks, while they try to give the impression like it has some kind of confusion and fighting the NNP and all this kind of nonsense, they didn't want you to take a look at them at all. You see, the NNP could sort itself out and come out and name 14 candidates. You know the reason that they can't name candidates? Because they know, for instance, in St. Andrew Northwest, they know that number 10 want to run and Sister Glow want to run, and from what I'm hearing, there's even a third person that's being looked at as an option right now that could placate the whole thing by giving that person to run and keeping the other two out totally. That's why I'm here. But they want you to be having those discussions. They don't want you to be speaking about those things, because you know why? Because those things aim a floodlight on what is taking place within their organization. Notice that there are some of them that have disappeared from the front line, that have disappeared as one of the spokespersons on social media, and right now, all they're trying to do is sell saltfish in Heroes Park. You realize that something happening inside there. You realize that they're so disjointed in their approach to various things that they're catching the nene to come up with a cohesive ideology within that organization. So they keep making all sorts of statements out there, left, right, and center. All right, so I've got confirmation of that now. Okay. All right, listeners, we'd like to take this opportunity to send our... I saw the messages from early, but you know me. I always like to get the information earlier. Yeah? Always like to get the information correct. So I did receive from a trusted source, I do trust this source, that former MP, Member of Parliament for South St. George, for the New National Party, Mr. Mark Isaac, has passed away sometime today. So when we get more information, we'll let you know. But just to let you all know that we've got, I'm getting information. You know, I would not come and say it unless who is saying it is somebody that I really trust. I saw it in chat groups, I saw in all sorts of things there, and I said nothing. Because I don't want to go and say somebody has passed on that has not passed on. But the source that is saying it to me now, I trust them wholeheartedly, and if they're telling me that, I take it as a fact that former Member of Parliament for South St. George, Mr. Mark Isaac, has passed away. All right. 1473-440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Well, yes, my good friend Alban. And yeah, look, 50th anniversary of independence finished how long ago? We still don't know how the money gets spent. We don't know. We don't know how that money was spent. There were lights all over the car. Everybody, woo, Carriacou looking nice. Carriacou looking splendid. Carriacou looking... And now all the lights gone, and we don't know where the lights there. We don't know if they pack up the lights in a storeroom somewhere. We don't know if they take it and they use it in their personal property lighting up there. We don't know what happened. All the lighting fixtures, all those things that literally hundreds of thousands of dollars were paid for. We ain't know what happened with what. I think I see one or two things kind of rusting away different place. But we ain't know. Yeah? But say what? They smile, they get the pictures, they get the videos that they can use during the campaign and say, wow, look at what our government was able to do for the 50th anniversary of independence. Any government would have put on a show for the 50th anniversary of independence. But an NNP government would have done it in the most reasonable way. Yeah? The most reasonable way. Not just do it to say you do it. And you spend a pile of money, and all the friends who went and set up company, who get contract to do this and who get contract to do that, and so on, and the first contract as a company they ever get, and all of this kind of thing that take place. Yeah? All of that took place. tried to give us the impression that that is not true.
Laughing flame. All who did not know me when I done, they gon' know the name.
Because it seems as though as long as you, the Prime Minister, knows your family, he knows your mother, your father, your family, as long as you're his friend, you could get away with anything. So you could go in National Lottery Authority, I hearing things about gravel and concrete, I hearing things about postal, you could go in any way and do what you want to do. You're going to get away because you is the Prime Minister partner. You is his friend. Like the one he jumped on the plane with and go to watch cricket when Beryl was heading towards Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You all cannot forget that. That when Hurricane Beryl had you all in its sights, that said individual jump a plane and go to watch cricket. That is how important you all are to him. Before the campaign was Petit Martinique, Carriacou and Grenada. After the campaign is jump a plane and go and watch cricket. Them can't go make out for themselves. Yeah? Then I hear statements like, oh, how much? My goodness.
I do have another question to the Prime Minister.
Sure.
My question to the Prime Minister is, throughout the day and you go to Facebook, there are people who are expressing concern of him going to Barbados. Prime Minister, what would you tell the people who are concerned that you made that trip to the cricket?
I have nothing to say to them. 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 I have nothing to say to them.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Linda.
He has nothing. He don't care. He went and he see cricket match. That's the bottom line. He go and he see cricket match. Yeah? So he ain't care. He does not care. Yeah? He does not care. And that is quite obvious. Yeah? And then you have people trying to defend his behavior. You have people trying to defend his actions. You have people who are trying to say, you look at the guy and you realize the guy just doesn't care. Just does not, no concern, no care, no nothing. He just don't care. We have a caller. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon Scott.
Camille Teresa Scott, how are thou?
They are so good boy.
Yeah.
You know,
The foot.
Good night, Grenada. Good night, so man abroad. Everybody, Mr. Watt, Patty, Matthew. Good night. Why say you don't not to say to nobody?
No, you are not to say to them.
Oh God, Lord Jesus.
They can't say it, no, he said.
I don't know what's going on in Grenada, no Sheldon boy. We just have to pray. I want to say good night to my friend from Samaritan. She always listen. Good night, darling. Yeah, and to Scotty, the youth man.
Yes.
Good night.
Good, Scotty.
Yeah. Yes, they did it. And you could tell me on the part, you could tell me everything I want. Great listeners. And that's good listening. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we there holding on? And some of the people don't get the money yet.
No, and that continues to be a problem, Cammy. That continues to be a problem for a lot of folks.
Yeah, this morning I never buy me from Britain walking up and down. Up and down. I coming by me, I can't solve the problem. I say I don't go in the ministry. Go in the ministry and find out what's going on. It is so sad. And even some of the people have to get a little seed money. 2 months now they don't get it. It's such a sad children. You know.
So this problem is taking place with seed money as well.
Yes. You haven't never right by me yet. 2 months now. This month is 2 months. It's a go in the ministry. I tell them go in the ministry. Because every time they go in the bank, give the money low on their account. Go in the ministry and complain. I don't know why me coming by. I don't work in there. And I can help them. Sheldon, you pass and I forget to give you what in the bottle, you know. So if you pass tomorrow, please, Lord, these people leave this thing there for you.
Yes.
Forget. As I send you out for me. I forget everything. Yeah, and boy, to thank you.
You know it goes. You know it goes.
You-
Now when you send
you
me, I just
just
have to
said-
go. When you send me, I just have to go.
Yeah, you just said. I'm so glad. Dr. Mitchell, good night. Well, last night you didn't have program.
No, because we were trying to bring the activity.
Well, whole night at Jukin TV, whole
Yeah.
night. I
It
said,
was
what going on?
The activity was on from 6:30, but there was the internet was giving a lot of problems up there.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
don't get through. I don't get through at all.
I was actually worried
Yeah.
I may not have been able to do tonight's program due to the problems with the internet because
Yeah.
I was having the internet issues down here, but it stabilized during the day, so we're pretty okay
Yeah.
now.
Well, I know Miss Joy Pascal in Canada, my worry. Because that lady and she husband always tune in. She always tune in. Yeah. So good night, Miss Joy. Good night, Miss Pascal. Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, people that rely on that program, you know. A lady from Parkville of the century, she always want to listen. A lot of elderly people too. If you know the amount of people listen to that program, Mr. Scott, and when they don't hear you, they're sending the family to buy me. I walk in anyway to secretary. Anyhow,
Oh
we
my
are today, we have to
goodness.
hold on.
Yes,
We have
yes,
to
yes. We have
hold
to
on.
fight the fight.
We have to fight the fight. And people always make sure you register.
That's the main thing.
Anytime. I know joke, Mr. Adike Mitchell will get up one morning and tell all you ring the bell. See your name registered. See if your children name registered. Because a lot of your children, parents showing 18. And speak to them because you are going through. People are walking the road. Don't get the money. Everybody talking and they say the minister, some secretary went and apologized. I don't know truth. I didn't see the news. But I heard that today. They said lady in health apologized that the people didn't get paid. I don't know how to. I don't like to.
There was a press conference yesterday. I didn't get to listen to the entire thing. It did speak to some aspects of why folks were not being paid because of some glitches in the system and so on. But how does that
Yes,
explain?
I heard that.
How does that explain a person who has not been paid since November? How does that
People have to
explain?
pay.
I mean,
They have to
before
eat.
Christmas, people haven't been paid since before Christmas. There are people who haven't been paid.
They have to eat.
And-
They have the bills to pay.
Even if there's a glitch with the system, then operationalize the old system to make sure you get these people paid because you can't expect people to operate with no money at all. You have to pay them.
Yes.
So
And I had to get medical
operationalize.
money because
Yeah.
yeah, one of them I take a little something like me. I don't call in name, but they don't have money to come and pay. I feel bad for them too, and I need medical money. So I would have liked them to pay the people that walk in the road, pay the people in. I see my friend from Cali's walking with the people that was going to spray for mosquito. He just sit down in the park there. I see Mr. Mason don't get any money. He tell me he don't get paid.
How are they
I
expected
say
to go
this
to
now.
work? How are they expect
Pay
these
me
people to go to
from it.
work?
You want the money? It's not right. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes when I say good, you just tell me, oh God. The other time you tell good. Are you are a good man? I just put him aside. And what are you getting out? Dr. Mitchell used to pay all even the seed money. People is sure and they come money, all. But they pay them all this month. But a lot of them say they might take them out of the system. So I don't know. All you man good. I just drop them like a hot potato. Now what's going on? When I say good for them. And I don't sorry, you know. I don't lie. I don't sorry. Everything was original. You just those not sorry. Let them pay for what they did buy what they bought for. Mr. Adike Mitchell about that with us. And here you're saying something about Anne Marie.
No, I heard her on Shaggy's program complaining that NBC
Married?
people cussing her because she asked
Yes.
for some investigation in relation to some of the allegations being made.
You said she had been at party?
Yeah.
Oh God, you are most general Mary. Anyhow, good night to everybody. And let's continue praying for our country and do what is right. Get registered. That is important. Because you see a good, nice team you have. Get registered. Anytime they ring the bell, and just now they go tell you, you naming that you can't vote. So don't blame nobody. You all have time to write all kind of things. Comment and people go and register. Get your children registered. All right. Good night, Mr. Scott.
Good night,
And
ma'am.
God bless you and continue doing the right thing. And after you put up a whole clip when you was in Parliament. Yes. You was put up one again, let doom see. Doom.
Don't worry, I've got more. I've got more.
No need no one. Put up one, let doom see. You could speak. You could speak. Put up one, let doom see. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
All right, my dear. Love you as
Mr.
well.
Watts, good night, and your loving wife. Good night, Mr. Watts.
Yes.
Y'all listener, you always listening. Good night, Kenneth Watts. Good night. Yeah.
All right,
And your
Gabby.
wife. Zingo, a long time we don't hear Zingo. A long time Zingo
Yeah.
don't give us a buzz.
But every
Zingo, you
now,
must give us a buzz.
every now and again, I reach out to him. So Zingo, I
You
see
must give us a buzz.
Zingo working in some snow day. Kami, Lord, I feel sorry for him. Zingo was on a roof.
Hello, sir.
Snow all over Zingo, and Zingo had to go out and work still, you know.
But why are you doing it? They have to pay the rent and they have to eat, you know.
Yep.
So when you
Then
have a
easy.
family member in England, Canada, and America send you something, you have to be grateful. Even if it's a second-hand shoes, be grateful, say thanks. Don't say that they send me. You see, they're in the snow. It's freezing.
And
They're only
even,
grateful when a family member sends something for you.
Yep.
Say thanks and appreciate it. Good night.
all right,
All
Gabby.
right,
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, folks. That was Miss Kiame. Yeah, and Miss Kiame has made a very valuable point there. Whether it's $5 they send for you or 10 or 20, be grateful. Because when I see the kind of, I tell you, Zingo up on a roof, snow left, right, and center. Me, you know what he going and fix on top there. Some piece of machinery he going and fix on top there. And it's not like he could tell the people he ain't coming. That is his job. You know, when I see people like my good friend Perron out there working with the MTA out there in New York City, and you see the kind of weather, and he's still like, they had to go to work. Nurse Maguire can't say that she's not going. She had to go to work. When it's time to go to work, you have to go to work. We have a caller online. Hello.
My brother, good night. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Papa?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right, lovely.
I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
elated. You know, we had a nice little walkabout like we've been walking about in the constituency of St. George Northeast with our candidate, Mr. Nimrod Oliver. We've been doing that for a few months now, more over a year.
Yes.
But seeing that we have just intensified our actions, we had that today, and then we had a nice little gathering right in the Sanko Junction area tonight.
Oh, yes, this evening was that gathering at Sanko, yes.
Yeah, just a nice little gathering under the street light. And we weren't expecting a lot of people. But Papa, that is all I say.
Man, you can't die radio. You know better than that. You can't only say,
Papa, that is all I say.
Jay, you know better.
The pictures and the videos that will be shared on social media
Send them come.
will tell the full story.
Send them come.
It will tell the full story.
Lovely.
You know, but I just want to give a word of encouragement to the people working Vector Control Office and other places that has not been paid as yet. I just want to tell them, hold steady. And remember that the Prime Minister's salary is $37,000+ a month.
He getting here.
Well, yeah, well, you know, no glitch in that system there.
No.
This
Every
is-
one of
the
them
system
getting.
that respon-
Every one of them getting
Hey.
theirs.
The system that responsible for that $37,000. He ain't no glitching in that, you know. That system they running smooth. And the others that walking away with the $20-something thousand a month, he ain't no glitch in that system there either. Right? So, but I just want to let them know hold strain and just wait on the date and be there at 6 o'clock on the morning of the date. Whatever date he so decides that we should help him, we will be there to help him on the morning of that date that he so decides.
We go help him. We go help him out. We realize he realize he want to go probably to go and live in Dubai or wherever. But we realize he want to
want
go.
to help out. It's help
so
out
we
you want.
we go help
You
him.
want to help out.
Yeah.
So we go help him out.
We shall provide the impetus.
Help and out is the operative word there. Help him out.
Oh goodness. Yes indeed,
Yeah, man.
Jay. All right, my brother. Always good hearing from you. Don't be a stranger.
yeah,
You know the microphone is always open. So
But let me tell you
give us
something.
a
I have
list.
so much things to say. I have real things to say, you know.
Man,
But I
Paul.
gathering more information because you see my backboard like a tapple in it.
Yeah. It had to be broad. It had to be broad in
Yeah.
this business.
My backboard like a tapple in, so I ain't worried with them. But when the information start to come out, we go see all. When the dance break, we go know all who pay. Hold on.
All right, my brother.
Anyhow,
We're gonna speak soon again.
I just want to offer some condolences to the family and friends of former Member of Parliament Mark Isaac. Word coming in is that he transitioned earlier today,
Yeah.
not too long ago, and condolences to his family and the full NNP family, because obviously we know Mr. Mark Isaac was a member of Parliament under the New National Party for the south of the island. And condolence to his family. Keep his family in our prayers. Let's keep his family in our prayers and, be there to strengthen them. Mr. Isaac has made an enormous contribution towards the development of this country, and it just goes, to show.
Yeah.
So,
I saw him the last time I saw him, if it was not early last year, would have been late in 2024. I met him in the lines. And me and him had
Yes,
quite a long conversation in the line where the line is playing field.
I used to see him almost every week because
Yeah.
he used to like oil dung. And in the last couple of years, he used to say, boy, bring our oil dung. Every week he had to get your oil dung. So I used to make sure and sort it out,
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure rekindling with him again, and after all these years, and so let's just keep his family in our prayers and pray for God's strength in this difficult time, and God knows best. He will do what he has to do in his timing.
Yes, indeed he will. All right.
Yes.
Okay, my brother. You have a
All
good
right, my
one.
brother.
We'll talk soon again.
Thanks, man. You too.
All
yes.
Yes, indeed, folks. That's my good brother. Hey, and folks, I getting a message there. And you all will let me know if it's happening in other schools as well, because I heard of at least 2 secondary schools right now where close to 50% of the staff are not turning out to school. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it is 50 or under, but to say close to 50% of the staff are not turning out to school. One school in St. Andrew I've heard of, and one in Tong. So a Tong school and a St. Andrew school. I'm not calling school names, because next thing they start to say all kind of thing about who school, and I ain't in that. But what I've been hearing is that the teachers have not been turning out to school because they haven't been paid. And that some of them have been waiting since last year to get paid. They ain't get paid. and as such they're not coming out to school, or some of them they're coming, and when they come to school, they're coming to school, and then by midday they're gone. So they come in the morning for the time they're supposed to come, and by midday they're gone. So when students are looking for instruction, the teachers are gone, or the teachers don't come at all. So I've heard of two schools, again names at the schools, where close to 50% of the teachers not coming, and the source said, well, them teachers and them shame. And why them teachers and them shame to speak out publicly about what is taking place is because a lot of them helped put the burden that they know weighing the burden, they help put it on their own head. So that is why they're afraid to speak right now. We have a call online. Go right ahead, caller.
Ta-da, brother.
Hey, what's up?
A day.
Nice man.
I got a couple things I needed to. Well, I had questions, but let me start with this observation. No, you remember a while back, sometime last year, you was talking about the QR codes and certain things that could be hidden in QR codes.
Yeah. It could be used to hack you.
Right. So I just want to put that out there right now for some people, especially since there's a system talking about programming and programmers and all that. All right, so there's some links that's going around in emails, some of them attached to the administration. There's a certain part in the link, especially with the long links, when after, like say wrong after the question mark.
That's is coming out from the present administration.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right. Now, based on that link there, right? So even if you have a privacy feature on your phone, based on you clicking that link and accessing that link, more or less it gives you ever hear about what you call it, data, what you call it, man? People that sell data and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
There's a term they use.
Data traders,
right. Data traders, more or less, right? So more or less, they could actually access your contact list. They could access your routes. Right? Even with
in other words, they're doing an illegal activity because according to the Electronic Crimes Act, they are not supposed to do that. And if it's coming from
I love what you brought that up,
administration,
the next point.
Like I got to play a video. I could play our next video for them.
Listen, pull it out the light, because they were saying that the people was lying, and now all the videos, all the tapes coming out. I don't know how they're addressing it. They're just dismissing it. Well, hold on. Before these things, I had to switch up. Miss Modest a while back, maybe about 2-3 years back, she asked for some information about some projects that were supposed to go on in St. Mark's, bruv. Right? One of them.
And notice you said 2-3 years ago, eh?
Yeah, about 2-3 years ago, fam.
In Parliament.
Them individuals, I think they made one response and it wasn't suffice, so I think she inquired about it again. Would you believe Mr. and Miss went in these people's house and say he don't know about the projects after they responded about a year ago, 2 years ago?
And he's the minister.
Bro, listen, the man doing too much, fam. At least, listen, I know in movies, right? I think it's with continuity. I think that's a term they use. They have this person that's involved in, like, when they plan in movies and stuff, that make sure things are consistent. So if at one take you had a cup at that point, they would make sure that the cup is that point for the next take. Isn't there nobody on the man's team paying attention to what he said before, to what he said now, and what he's going to say in the future to put everything in place? Like, this is becoming ridiculous, fam.
Well, not on his team, but I'm paying attention to everything all of them said.
Everybody else is paying attention now because
them, I have tapes I think them say them don't even know exist.
Oh, come on. Listen, you still giving them grades? You still giving them grades?
Because you might be surprised I could pull something with the say in secondary school and all. Let me go ahead and play with
Boucherjou Road, still not fixed. Yeah, the bridge. It's still not completed, right? The cliff.
I passed on the road, the Molinier today. Man, there's a lot of work to be done there.
A lot, and it's
there is a lot of work to be done in that area.
Wear and tear, fam. So I don't know if they're trying to make pull up quotas, so it's like things happening, the whole concept of that, but it's not continuing because everything is ongoing. It's about to come. We have the flyover bridges, they're not here. I don't know, it's gone missing. The coconut trees that Andy talked about that he was getting for the replanted reforestation thing.
Flyover bridges fly over Grenada, so they're gone.
Well, the twin bridge for River Road in here yet. We still ain't hearing about it.
Yeah.
The boats that were supposed to do for the cigars on fishing, from what I'm seeing on social media, but other individuals buying boats for themselves. I hear some couple people have some rental company too, which is our next way they could catch all the two, because if only using all the Bluetooth to connect to the car system, they could take the information from that to get into your system. Just be careful. Just saying that for everybody that doing the thing and running out of the place, you know. Yeah.
Please,
So I'm saying there's
what I want you to do as well is to screenshot and send me, and I tell you screenshot because I don't want the live link. So screenshot and send the links that are being used to hack people's phones.
Will do.
And that's what is happening. And folks, make no bones about it. What Fadu is saying here is that the Deacon Mitchell administration, that they are committing a cybercrime, in that they are sending links to you that can be used to infect your device, your tablet, your mobile phone, your laptop, your PC, that can be used to infect that, probably even your television and all, that can be used to infect
everything is smart now, right?
Yeah.
You get me?
Don't take refrigerators, smart refrigerator these days and all, you know.
Controlling it from your mobile. More or less they could lock you into your system, and I think recently they had some agreement that the law enforcement will start using more of these technology, especially like the drone system and all that, to track people and look at people and all that. So it's definitely coming like a police state, based on their utterances and their movements. Clearly, we've seen like they really don't care about anybody and any the way people petition. I mean, man say it for himself. You don't really need to say anything to anybody. Everything is a need to know.
But remember, and I'll find that clip for well, not for tonight, but I'll find that clip where the Prime Minister said that basically that he's not going to take action against NDC people because too much times people have been accused of stuff and they take action against them. Well, they wouldn't take action against. But
I remember that he said he's not going to be swayed as his past NDC subordinates that used to go up in arms of people when like people complain, like when the public complain.
He doesn't understand.
I remember that.
He doesn't understand that when you make a statement like that, you're telling the whole NDC, go and thief and do wrong thing, I have your back. That is what Deacon Mitchell said to the NDC.
He even said it.
Go and thief.
Said it to the natural citizens.
Go and rob people. Go and do wrong thing. I have your back. I'm not taking no action.
Have they made an apology to Mr. Bonus yet?
They go apologize.
Because remember they said they couldn't find the paperwork. They couldn't find the paperwork for the oil, right?
No.
They found it. Did they make a public retraction? Because they more or less
Brother Boyne told them where to find it. He didn't have to take it from home and bring it for them, and he told them where to find it, which was in the ministry. The Prime Minister himself, from what we hear, is the one go and break the lock, and the documents were right where they were supposed to be all the time. No
and this is really the wrong one, you know.
Yeah, no
I swear. Well, he has it in his name. I miss means wrong.
Yeah, he missed it.
Yeah, you miss everything, bro. So yeah, I would like for you to, follow the paper, right? No, remember a while back, sometime last year, you was talking to, and I was telling them about, okay, you need to follow the paper trail and the money, because a lot of them buying up certain things and investing with the nepotism, because they have their own people fronting the business, right? Y'all need to follow the money. So the reason why I'm alluding to that, I wanted to ask you a question. In terms of the Integrity Commission, that's an independent body, right?
Yeah.
If they're not doing their job, is there any backup people that could pull up on something? Like, can the opposition say, okay, well, listen, we have some questions, so we can't go to the government per se, but the people in the business that signing the checks and they're in the administrative position, we need to have a discussion with all you publicly, so you ask all some questions. Can we do stuff like that?
The leader of the opposition can ask questions, but they can't necessarily do an inquiry. That has to come from the government side. It has to come from people who have integrity to decide that they're going to take some action in relation to something. Because why should you be afraid to investigate something if you pretty much believe that there's no truth to it? But the mere fact that you're afraid is you are afraid what you may find, which is why the Prime Minister is not taking the approach of investigating anything.
There's a buzz. There's the fact that there's a buzz is something to be critical. Like, you have people that it's just like scouts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once somebody shows some talent, they look at them, right? So it's the same thing. Once there's something that comes up, it's within their moral compass or the legal compass to find out what's going on. So in terms of integrity, doesn't the church qualify under that? People in the church qualify under that?
Well,
Doesn't
the
people,
church,
like in the business
church
sector?
bodies do have representatives on the Integrity Commission. Remember, the government has its appointees, the churches have their appointees, the opposition has its appointee. I'm trying to remember what the other body was that had an appointee to the Integrity Commission, but they're different. I think the legal fraternity, if I remember correct, has an appointee.
So everybody
to the
just on
Integrity
hiatus
Commission.
right now. Everybody just sleeping. They're like bears.
Well, it
hibernating.
was reconfigured sometime within the last couple months.
Conveniently.
I know that there was, and let me just shift a bit. I know that there
It was disbanded conveniently. It was reassigned conveniently.
But no, the term of office expired. These bodies usually have a 2-year term of office. So the term expired. They take the good old time before they reconvene it.
My point exactly, Fadu.
And
because
they're supposed to be before the Integrity Commission. There were applications made by one Miss Jennifer Simon that was made before the Integrity Commission, apparently with evidence and so on, regarding certain transactions of MP for South St. George
Will the
and
minister see
Williams.
the papers?
So that has been made before the Integrity Commission. If at all any action has been taken, I will listen. Simon says I must know.
But Fadu, I find that situation being compromised already, because one of them, I remember a tape post where one of the ministers was saying that he had access, he reviewed the case, and there was nothing to talk about. So that's compromising
that
the soul.
minister need to go and check into a mental institution.
But
he can't check it.
Fadu, you was say that compromises the organization itself.
Let me show you how men deal with things, as opposed to people who believe there is men deal with things. Dr. Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, an accusation was made against him. What did he do? He can make sure that there was an independent commission of inquiry, which he appeared before. Independent commission of inquiry in relation to the accusations made against him. Yeah? So the Governor General at the time appointed a commissioner, and they had a commission of inquiry in relation to that. That is what you do when you know you have nothing to hide.
And they found nil.
No, they didn't find anything to talk about there. They said
Well,
procedurally, they just said, well, instead of doing something this way, you could have done it that way instead. But there was nothing there to say, well, something wrong did take place and some big robbery or some kind of thing. There was nothing like that.
But when they own people that got incriminated?
Out, no, but the facts were laid out, and it cleared Dr. Mitchell of any wrongdoing.
So the follow-up question wasn't their own people that got incriminated?
Well, no, they were the ones making all sorts of accusations and saying all sorts of things, but it ended up being a different story.
I think 2 other people get lined up for that.
Well, I can't remember that aspect of it. I do have the report somewhere around. I can always go back into the report.
Yeah, because
I have the report. I know for a fact I have it somewhere here. Probably just a few feet away.
Thing and something and some other things, isn't it?
No, the chicken thing is a different thing. That's a different thing again.
Okay.
And don't worry, one of these nights I'm going to rebroadcast the chicken thing.
Last thing before I go further, I notice a lot of people share their opinions, which I guess I'm doing the same thing right now too, isn't it? However, I like to be steeped in facts and apply a lot of analytical processing to making conversations, having conversations, and making decisions about things. And I think most people they research things on an information bias. If it is that I'm saying don't eat cow, I'm not going to take the lead and wait for slippers. It makes no sense. You get me? If I'm trying to save the cow, I'm trying to save the cow. If you take it, if you say don't eat the meat, but you take in the flesh and other parts and components of it and use it for other stuff, it's like you're doing the same thing in it, because it's coming from the cow. Stop being ignorant to logics. Think is not illegal yet.
I just checking Aneli out that time, but I think I'm going to extend the program tonight.
Do you think?
All right, Fadu, but I'm going to extend. I'm going to give an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes tonight.
That's good.
All right,
Put
my
some
brother.
knowledge up in there. Yes,
Thank you so very much. All right.
Government.
Yes, indeed. And yes, I'm going to have to go for an additional time tonight. I'm going to have to go for additional few minutes tonight. Yeah. But folks, that is very important. The Integrity Commission. I think probably I need to go in depth in relation to the Integrity Commission, how it was formed, what it is supposed to do, and that sort of thing, so folks have a clearer understanding. The last I knew, one Mrs. Jennifer Simon had gone to the Integrity Commission with evidence regarding certain transactions that took place and asked for these transactions to be investigated. Whether or not the commission has done so, I am unaware. And I am sure that on Simon Says, we go find out. So you have to keep your eye and your ears on Simon Says and you go find out. Right? I was out this evening, so I'm not sure. Did Simon Says come on this evening or is it on tomorrow? Somebody message me, please, and let me know, because I'm not sure if Simon Says was on today, if it will be on tomorrow, or what is taking place. All right, folks, 14734407377. That is the number for you to call and get on to tonight's program. Yeah, and I know I say I had to speak about healthcare tonight, because some nurses telling me some things about, I think we have to give a whole program. We can't just rush through healthcare in 2-3 minutes. I have to give a whole program to what's going on there. Yeah, I have to give a whole program to what is going on with healthcare. And I believe we have a call online. Hello, good night.
This is the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, Sheldon.
Pastor Cry Out, man. How you doing?
By God's grace, I'm doing good. Sheldon, I'm just requesting a statement that the Prime Minister make as it relate to if he knows. I'm trying to get that clear, like if he knows your family and certain thing go wrong, he will shut his mouth or something. Would you please be so kind to play back that message for me?
Yes, I'll play it for you. That's no problem, Pastor.
Yes, thank you very much. So
Right.
yeah, I'm holding on there. I'm holding on there.
You're holding on. Okay, hold on. Let me just get it quickly there.
Yes.
Where did I put that already? Nice. So here it is. So 1 minute.
And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I would think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I would think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic.
And I'll play it
and I
one
want
more
us
time.
to understand that.
And Pastor, I'll play it one more time for you. Hearing it, huh?
Not that clear.
You're not hearing it that clear.
No. No.
Okay. I think I didn't have a loop back here, but I'm wondering what's the best way. But you heard it though. Or you want me play it and then you call back?
Yes. Do that.
Hang up now.
Yes,
and
I will
play
hang
it
up.
again.
I will hang up. Yeah, I'll hang up.
Mm-hmm. So let me let Pastor hang up now, and I'll play this once again. I'll play it 2 times, yeah? And I just get, so Simon Says was on, right. So those of you that missed Simon Says, you need to go on and look at it right after tonight's program, eh? Right.
And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I would think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I would think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic.
Right. So you're just another number. You're just another statistic. Yeah? If you know all, you hold your tongue. You know? If you don't know, so you ain't gonna hold your tongue if you don't know that. All right, okay, all right. I think we understanding you now, man. We understanding, yeah? We understand. Let's see if we get back faster here now. Because I think he wanted to comment on the statements made there. So let's see if we can get back to Pastor to speak on that particular one. Yes, indeed, folks. So we will be going a little past the 10 o'clock hour. We should be going until about, let's say, 10:15. Yeah, we'll go up until 10:15 and call it a night after that. All right, so we're just trying to reach back to Pastor here now. Pastor, Pastor, I wonder if it's the same device he's listening on, is the same device he called on. I think that might be the problem. So let's give him a minute to see if he calls back. But no, it says a lot about the individual. They're telling you how they think of you. They're telling you what they think of you. And they're telling you the type of individual they are. Yeah? So you being able to get something has to be sort of transactional. They need to know your people for you to get a building material. They need to find out who your people are. I heard a caller on Shaggy saying in the Prime Minister's constituency office, you have people going there to get certain assistance, and then you're hearing, oh, them is NNP. As if that is a disqualifying criteria for any Grenadian. Being a supporter of the NDC, being a supporter of the NNP, being a supporter of no party should never be a disqualifying criteria in relation to any benefit that has to be gained from the government of Grenada. None. And don't come with the nonsensical, idiotic and doty statements about it used to happen before. Because you all know very well, many of the people who are benefiting now under the NDC programs used to benefit under the NNP program as well. If there was a conscious effort, you, at the end of the day, you really don't know. You really don't know who it is. Right? I think we got Pastor back there now. Right, Pastor?
Yeah.
Go
yes,
right,
Sheldon Scott.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It was very, to be honest, it is unfortunate. It is really unfortunate and very sad and very disturbing and very painful that a prime minister should make a statement like that one. And I believe without a shadow of a doubt that that statement that the prime minister make will cost him the election. Mr. Prime Minister, when you are elected into office as a prime minister, you represent each and every one of Grenadians, even though they did not vote for you. And I'm going to educate you tonight, sir. And I will enlighten your darkness, Mr. Deacon Mitchell. You are a young man, but when you win the election, you become the father of every children in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Matnick. You become the big brother to each and every one. You represent the nation and not a particular set of people. Mr. Prime Minister, do you know the amount of NNP that voted for you last election? Because they believe that the false promise that you had made, they believe that they would have benefited Mr. Deacon Mitchell. Mr. Deacon Mitchell, from the time you elected into office to now, you know the amount of supporters that had belongs to you that get against you, or you would not get the vote next election coming? Mr. Prime Minister, let me ask you that painful question. When you could make this dotish question comment openly like that for the world to hear, Mr. Prime Minister, the people that are not getting paid today, are they NDC or NNP? I am convinced because of the statement that you made, maybe have to be NNP alone. But how you could, Mr. Prime, how you could make such a statement? You represent the people of Grenada, Carriacou, And pretty much so you is giving the world the impression that the only people that supposed to benefit under your government is the people that voted for you as the NDC, and that is what we see going on. How sad it is. I mean, come on. Kate Mitchell was in office for years. And that's one thing people could say, man. He was a prime minister for the good, the bad, and the ugly. How you could come and make that stupid statement, man? So I am not entitled to eat. My children is not entitled to eat. My aunt, my uncle is not entitled to eat. Mr. Prime Minister, as I rest my case, the statement that you make, it will come back to haunt you. This election coming. I rest my case, Sheldon Scott. I rest my case.
All right, Pastor. Thank you so very much. Yes, I know. I know. All right. Yes, indeed, folks. That was Pastor there. And I'm telling you, no, I'm playing it. I play every opportunity I get, I'm playing it. Some people say, Marshall, I just play it and then once, twice, and then it does leave. No, so I play them all the time right now. I'm playing everything. Yeah? I'm playing it. Because, I mean, what does that say to the person who is not? And you see, there's this belief by these individuals that they are above reproach, you know. There's a belief by them that they are above reproach. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Brother Sheldon. Good evening, sir.
Pastor, how are you?
I'm all right. Good
right,
enough.
man.
Just get into the house, man.
All right. The house is a nice place to be into, eh?
Yeah, just finishing up some classes, some lessons. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know, Brother Sheldon. The Prime Minister's statement is not surprising, eh? Right?
Yeah, it's not.
It is not, but we have to deal with it in that context and in that light, right? Now, Pastor, I've just made a statement. I remind him about something, the Prime Minister about something, that the amount of NNP supporters that went over and voted him into office, right? And it was because of the promises, the lies, and Grenadians on a whole. Because look at that, we from 2013 come up after we rescued Grenada from the first NDC of Prime Minister Tillman Thomas. We started working and rebuilding Grenada, right? We got 15 seats. 2018, we got another 15, right? 2022, what happened? Right? And the question is, haven't we been working? And the amount of the quality of work that we put down come on, you remember after COVID, during COVID and after COVID, people get the salaries on time, even though it was COVID. Right? When I always mention this, when I got the call that our workers' checks were ready, I was asking for what reason, and they said, no, you're still on the work, even though COVID is on, but you have to get your salary, right? But what happened in 2022? We were voted out, right? 9-6. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a reminder for our government, the ruling administration, and our Prime Minister. They always think that people hate them when we seek to correct or to hear our voices on things like that, right? Now, just take a very close look to the different shift that we have since this government came into office, right? The sending home of so many workers, the victimization, even though some of them is on the work still, but they've been victimized, right? I know of workers who are employed with a particular ministry or in some ministries, and they're not doing anything pertaining to the work that they was employed to do. Right? Other persons would have been doing the work. So they're receiving salaries on a monthly basis. That's victimization. And Prime Minister, you said it yourself. You said the only reason why they get it, that's what you said. The only reason why they get it is because you don't know the real NDC. You have not spoken to your representatives. Yeah? I don't know if my cousin out of his mind, if he's getting crazy. Look at the statement he made now that Pastor was commenting on. You know? Yes?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So brother, to be honest with you, I want them to know that they ain't so popular as they think it is. They are. Then things ain't working so much as they think it is working. All the money, all the things they're hurrying up to do, right? All of these things. I remember almost 4 years ago, somebody came on my farm to give me water. I ain't hear about them. I heard about them today. Today I got a call that they're ready to make my thing approve. Huh? All of that is election gimmick. All of these are election gimmick. That's what you all said about NNP. When we had been ongoing with our work activities. Not that we stop and start, We continued working from 2013 up to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So don't walk this bribe thing, this kind of trickery thing that all they're trying to do. That's what all they say about us, So we could say that too. Right? Trickery. But give the people the money and go ahead and do things. The $3,000 or whatever all they give you this sporting activity. Go ahead and do things like that. Go on. Continue. Take care, Brother Sheldon.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor. And I want to tell you all a little bit more before I leave. Let me play something here that you will hear. You're going to see this one. But just to hear how they think of you.
And handles not only related to the poor but are people of all walks of life. A friend of mine, I just met about 2,000 people who come on the other side, the needy and the greedy. So, and to some extent, that is correct.
Yeah, that is the present Attorney General on the 22nd of October 2017 at a town hall meeting in New York saying that is needy and greedy people that has followed the NNP. The same one that coming around in tongue and ask for all your NNP people vote. This is what she thinks are you. All of you who voted for the NNP, supported the NNP. Just remember, this is what she thinks of you.
Related to the poor are people of all walks of life. A friend of mine, I just met about 2,000 people who come on the other side, the needy and the greedy. So, and to some extent, that is correct.
Yeah, they believe that the needy and the greedy. If nothing else tells you how the NDC thinks about you, that should tell you everything you need to know about how the National Democratic Congress views you, the Grenadian people, and you, the Grenadian voter. From needy and greedy to if I know you, you're basically nothing and nobody. That is how they see you. That is how they think about you. So you guys who are out there on the corners, Lyman right now, you may have finished work for the day or you're not working. This is how the Prime Minister sees you. This is how his Attorney General, this is how these people see you. To the mothers and fathers that are at their home right now listening to this program tonight, this is how they see you. They're going to come to sweet talk you. They're going to come to try and cajole you into voting for them. They're going to come nice and sweet and talk nice and all of a sudden, like our pastor said, thing from 2 years ago, money ready now. They're going to come at you like that. but be aware of what they really think of you. Be aware of how they perceive you. I have nothing to say to them. I have nothing.
And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I would think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. And I want us...
So we know exactly how they think about you. We know exactly how they view you. You are just another number. You are just another statistic. Because I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of you who are listening to tonight's program, that the person who holds the office of Prime Minister does not know you personally, doesn't know who your people are, and therefore to him, at this point in time, even if you voted for him in the last election, he ain't know you. You're just a number and you're just a statistic. So says he. Not me. So says he. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to you and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. Folks, I am out. Do enjoy the rest of your night tonight. And again, remember, tomorrow night, we'll be rebroadcasting the NNP meeting from last night. So that is what will be on tomorrow from 8. And then we'll be seeing you on Monday, God's willing. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out. Love you all. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
a new flyover down by Uriah Butler, and I'm feeling something. Oh yeah, election.